How to create a recipe in MyFitnessPal, hit the more ... go down to My Meals, Recipes, click that, click Add Recipe, enter ingredients manually. Give it a name and how many servings you're trying to make. You can adjust this later in the process if needed. Add ingredient, type in your ingredient here. If you have premium, you can scan your barcodes. I'm gonna make some taco soup. So I'm gonna manually add in 96.4 lean ground beef. I'm gonna use the entire pound, so it's 16 ounces. A serving is 4 ounces, so I'm gonna add 4 servings of that lean ground beef. Now I'm gonna look for a check mark ground beef because these are verified macros, y'all. Try and use the green check mark whenever you can. Again, 1 pound is 16 ounces, so 4 ounces per serving. That's 4 servings if I'm using the full pound. From there, I'm going to pick my next ingredients here, which is going to be a full can of black beans. You can turn the can over. It'll tell you how many servings are in a can. Half a cup for 1 serving. There's 3.5 servings in a can. I'm using the full can, so I enter 3.5 for my quantity. My next ingredient is going to be pinto beans. I'm going to do the same thing here. A half a cup is a full serving. There's 3.5 servings in the can. I'm going to use the entire can here, so I put 3.5 for my number of servings. Go in and enter my next ingredient here. Is going to be Trader Joe's roasted corn. You get this in the frozen section. It's phenomenal. Tastes wonderful. I looked up how many servings were there. It's going to be on your nutrition label, so we select that. Once we know this is the right macros for it, we enter the number of servings we're going to use. Here, I'm just going to use 2 servings because I feel like that's going to be enough. Next ingredient that we are going to use, I believe, is going to be some fire roasted tomatoes with the green chilies, okay? Taco soup, y'all, it's going to be good with these green chilies in it. So again, I've already looked up this ingredient, or if you have it in your hand, you're obviously using that. So you know exactly how many servings are in that can and what the calories are. So we're going to match that to our database here, find the one that matches the calories here. Our can says 25 calories per serving, so that is going to be the one that I select here. A half a cup is a serving. There's 3.5 servings in a can. I'm going to use the entire can here. Actually, I'm going to use 2 cans, so I'm going to go 7 on that. My serving size is 7 there. I add that. Next thing that we want is going to be some taco seasoning, the entire taco packet. Y'all, I'm not sure how many servings are in a pack, but season to taste, okay? Seasoning has very little calories, so enjoy it. Put it in there. I think for this, I put that I was going to use 6 teaspoons since we're doing 6 servings here. I add that. This taco soup is great with a little bit of ranch seasoning in it. Trader Joe's actually sells ranch seasoning in a little container. So you can actually measure that out, add a few teaspoons of ranch seasoning for a little kick of flavor there. And the last ingredient that we're going to add here to make the soup is actually going to be some frozen peppers and onions. So you can get tricolor peppers or bell peppers and onions also in the frozen section there at Trader Joe's. Again, minimal calories, but very filling. You can put a ton of this in your soup to fill you up. So we'll add that. I will say that I did not add any sort of like chicken stock or anything to this, but again, that is a low-calorie item. So you can either use just water in this soup, which is, it's got a ton of flavor, so you probably don't even need chicken stock. But if you want to do chicken or beef stock, y'all, just check the calories on it, add it appropriately, okay? From here, we want some toppings, right? So we made this really good soup, but traditionally you would put like some sour cream or some cheese on top. So that's what we're going to do. But instead of sour cream, we're going to use non-fat plain Greek yogurt. And I'm just going to put an entire serving of Greek yogurt here, but obviously you would be splitting that between your servings. So a couple of tablespoons, a good spoon worth of Greek yogurt is barely going to add anything, mainly just more protein and some creaminess, okay? And then we're going to get some light or non-fat shredded cheddar or some sort of cheese to top it off. Trader Joe's has a light Mexican shredded cheese, so we'll use that, and we're going to do 1 serving per serving of soup. So since there's 6 servings in our pot of soup, we're going to multiply that times 6, and that's how we're going to enter it here in our recipe, okay? So once you have all of your items entered and you know exactly how much is in there, at this point, if the macros don't add up, to fit your macros, that is where you're going to start to adjust that serving size. So you can literally click down there on your serving sizes and change that accordingly if you need to. We're going to hit that next arrow and hit save. And now you have this in your recipe bank. And when you go to log that meal, all you got to do is look it up.